Human trafficking is today's modern slavery. There are almost 28 million people that are trafficked every day, and of that 28 million, 14 million of them are trafficked through India. New Delhi is a city of 28 million people. It's the third largest city in the world. And of 28 million people, less than 1% of them are Christian. There's over 650 unreached people groups just in the city of Delhi alone. There's also over 2 million Rajputs who live in Delhi. And it is that group that is the policymakers in India. And I desire to be able to live amongst them in order to be able to reach out to the Rajputs, in order to help influence the policy that women matter to Jesus. Francis Chan once said that the answer to human trafficking is discipleship. And I believe that. I believe that the way to answer human trafficking is to make disciples for Jesus. My goal is to go over and to work with Project Rescue and to be able to bring the good news of Jesus to those that are in the red light district, and also to be able to work with the children, the boys and the girls whose moms work in the red light district, but they have been able to place them in homes so that we can bring Jesus to them. My goal is also to be able to work in the villages that are the generational villages, where for generations they have sold their daughters. I want to be able to bring community transformation to those communities and be able to help them see that their daughters need to be treated as the same equality with their sons, and that they need to be able to have freedom just as everybody else. I come from the Motor City, where the streets are violent, where drugs, alcohol, and street violence is just commonplace. And I've worked with these young people now my whole career. I've built a career in Detroit, Michigan, working with children, working with boys and girls and adults and families, being able to help them see that there is community transformation, that we can rise above the ashes and we can build a better community together. I think it's one thing to talk about human trafficking. It's another thing when you see their faces. It's another thing when you meet them. It's another thing when you have to hug them and say goodbye to them and you know that they're going to Mumbai. It's another story when you have to sit there with the mom and you know that the daughter's leaving tomorrow. And you can see the fear in her eyes, but she has absolutely no control or no ability to express that fear. I think it's difficult when you work with women in human trafficking because you know the feelings they're having, but in India the women can't express those feelings. You know when you work with young women in generational villages that you're not quite yet at that point where you're able to change the village, so you're going to lose girls to human trafficking. And to know that the only way that you can sleep at night, that I can lay my head down at bed at night, is to know that Jesus goes with them. And one day I was talking with a young lady, and she was leaving the very next day to Mumbai. And she said to me, she goes, "Jerry, don't worry. My Jesus goes with me." And I pray that Jesus protect her. And then when she lays her head down and she says that, "Today I lay my head down, I pray the Lord my soul to keep," I also pray her soul to keep, and then God keeps her safe.